This is the new Citroen Basalt. It has just been unveiled and it is based on the C3 Aircross. But of course, there are some changes and we'll walk you through as to what's different on the Basalt and why should you think about considering it. Let's quickly first walk you through what are the similarities and differences between the Basalt and the C3 Aircross. Now, the whole front end, including the bumper, the grille, the hood, the lamps, everything is identical to the C3 Aircross. This, of course, gets LED headlamps, which the C3 Aircross also gets. But then when you get to the wheel arch, you'll find that this is more squared off, unlike the C3 Aircross, which is more rounded. And the Basalt also gets slightly narrower tires. On the side, you have a wheelbase that is shorter compared to the C3 Aircross. And then, of course, the most telling difference is the roofline, which is sloping now, and that's why it gets the name coupe SUV. The other big difference between the Basalt and the C3 Aircross is the boot. This is a much bigger boot now, and of course, the tailgate opening is also wider, and so you can throw in and get stuff out quite easily. Now on the inside, there are some changes that Citroen has made, and you can see that with the climate control system, it is now a digital unit instead of a manual unit. You also get wireless charging here. You get an armrest that's adjustable, and overall, the changes are been done that have enhanced the look and feel of this car. You also get power ORVMs, and all these add-ons you can also get on the C3 Aircross, so it's not really limited to the Basalt, but the Basalt is the car that brings it in. Now the Basalt might sit on a shorter wheelbase compared to the C3 Aircross, but you can see the kind of space it offers. I'm not allowed to tell you whether it's a lot or less, but you can clearly tell what the space looks like in terms of knee room. And in terms of headroom, again, I leave it to you to judge. I am 5 feet 8 inches, so you can judge what sort of room I have for the head and shoulder room too. So this is slightly narrower than the C3 Aircross, but inside again, well, for you to judge, but clearly it is comfortable to be in. You get an armrest with cup holders and some storage space maybe to put your phone away. You've got these interesting looking headrests that fold, and so they hold your head better. But really the highlight of this car, especially the automatic, because you don't get this in the manual, is the adjustable thigh support. So you can just use it, and stepwise, that's the sort of adjustment you get. So if you want more thigh support, given that you're taller and you don't want to put your feet under the seat, well, you can have that too. Feature-wise, the Basalt gets a 7-inch colored digital TFT cluster for the driver information system. It gets a 10.2-inch touchscreen system for the multimedia system, and you have wireless screen mirroring, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. The Basalt also will be offered with the My Citroen Connect app, which the company says will have 40 smart features and remote functions. On the safety end, all Basalt models will come with 6 airbags as standard. You have ESP as standard as well. And Citroen says that they have improved the structural rigidity or structural safety of this monocoque. And chances are that in terms of safety ratings, there would be a significant jump over what older models from Citroen in India have been able to deliver. In terms of powertrain options, you have 2 engines to choose from. You have the 1.2 naturally aspirated engine, and you've got a 1.2 turbocharged engine, which is what we have here. The naturally aspirated engine can only be had with a 5-speed manual gearbox. There is no automatic there, and it makes close to or thereabouts of 80 horsepower. This one makes 110 horsepower, but when it is mated to an automatic, 6-speed automatic, it develops 205 Newton meters of torque. It develops about 190 with the manual. So these are your 2 powertrain options. This is the exact same thing that you get on the C3 Aircross SUV. And the petrol, the turbo petrol and the automatic is a combo that works well on that car, and we don't think it should be any different on the Basalt. The Basalt also runs slightly lower ground clearance, 180 mm against 200 mm of the Aircross, and the front and rear track lengths are lesser as well. So that was the Citroen Basalt for you. We will have a more detailed review in terms of how it drives and what's good, what's not, the good, bad and ugly, if you will, about the Basalt, and that video drops on the 9th, so please do come back for that. And if you like what you saw, do subscribe, do like, and do share it with your friends.